Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness gracious! Well, it's technically season five, but it's not season five. We're calling it season five here. But if you can see on your title, it is Waitlist Wednesday. What is Waitlist Wednesday, you're asking? Well, Waitlist Wednesday is for those drivers who are eager to get going in the Midwest F1 League, but unfortunately we don't have a spot for them currently, with us having over 200, well, 200 people in the Discord, over 120 drivers driving every Thursday. So these people want to get in as much as they can, and so we're trying to put something on for them every Wednesday. This will probably be, as of right now, no confirmation on whether it's going to be streamed or not. I'm mainly just doing this because I will be switching to Tuesdays, so I'm working on a Team Battle Tuesday League. So that will be a 3v3 driver battle, 3 races going, starting at 6:30 Pacific, of course, then 7, and then 7:30 every Tuesday night, and those will be 25% races. The way to get points for your team is if you win that race with the 3v3, then you get a point there. If you get 2 drivers on the podium, that's another point. Fastest lap between all 6 drivers gets another podium. Oh damn. Okay, that's a lovely little text. Um, but yes, thank you for the follow, msant or msant 2323 whatever you'd like to say. Shrubby, good to see you in chat. How's it going? Yes, this is Waitlist Wednesday. Like I said, kind of gave a little bit of an intro. Oh, we're actually already into qualifying here, so I'll pull that up for you. And if you're new to the stream, I'm Crash McQueen. We're the Midwest F1 League. We've been around for over a year now. We have 6 divisions of racing. We are trying to get as many of these broadcasted and up onto the YouTube channel as much as possible. So, or at least have potentially, I think we're looking at 3 of the divisions next week. That'll be, or for this week, that'll be up on the YouTube channel. So, plenty for you to go watch and see. We got a couple of solid broadcasters below myself. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be a fun one this year. Really looking forward to it. Christmas is coming up. We're just gonna do a 1 week, and then we're gonna take our Christmas slash New Year's break. So 2 weeks off for us, and then we'll be right back at it. Darth Nexus already DNFing from the session. That's a big ouch. Let's see what we'll get on with. The soaps. Who's is that? Jin's coming around the corner there. Where is he? Oh, he's just spun right into the wall there. Ouch. That's not what you want to see. Ah, a fan of... So, can you help me out there, Shrubby? So how do I exactly pronounce MSant? I'm assuming it's just M, like EM, M, and then Sant. Is there any other pronunciation? And it's Shrubly, actually. It's not Shrubby. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm all over the place. And you are as well following, so thank you very much. That puts us at 246, 4 away from what was our Season 4 goal. But we're getting there, so... we got a couple of drivers on our hot lap. This is going to be good to see the speeds of some of our newer drivers here. We've got some of our more well-known guys. Almajaco, of course, Division 1 champion all the way back in Season 2. We got Jinnit to win it. Constant thorn in the side of a Mystic Joker in pace, but unfortunately not in consistency, is Jin. So we'll see where the others stack up to him. We've seen Hotspot before, we've seen the Garrus back before, they've got some pace as well, so a lot of new faces for me, and I'm really excited to see what they can do. Massops, I think that's how you pronounce it, he will be actually broadcasting a division tomorrow night, so you can get that, and yeah, you can see what he has to offer you there on the booth side, but we're looking at what he can bring us here on the racing side. In Abu Dhabi, of course, we just finished up in Abu Dhabi for the IRL F1 Championship, which had quite the dramatic finish. And quite the dramatic finish is somewhat of an understatement, but yeah, I'm sure if you're any bit into F1, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. But we're on board with Riley here. He's going to set the first time of Season 5. Coming around the final corner here. Stays clean, right up on the track limits, over the line with a 138.79. You got Garris Vac followed by Massobes, but it looks like Massobes is actually just starting a hot lap. Unless that's actually, sorry, him finishing one here. Goes second right now. We've got a Ferrari of Hotspot going quickest. We have an AlphaTauri into the pits. Peter DRH coming around the final corner on a set of softs here. He goes sixth. McLaren of Anto 81 on an invalid lap here, so that means Jacko, no, it's M. Sant right after in fourth, just behind his teammate. The first Haas will get over to Jin to see if that is him, and yes it is, but he's unfortunately invalid, and actually invalids right before it at the end of the lap, so he's got to go all the way around the track just to, yeah, that one hurts. He invalidates just on the last couple of turns, and it wipes away your next lap as well, so that's what happened to Jin. He's got to go all the way around the track to either start another hot lap or just come into the pit. Skitley comes over with the time that'll put him in the top 5 there. Jackson Altman, he's starting a hot lap, and that's about it. Everyone's come around the track. Some have got some times on the board, 8 drivers so far. Some are still working their way around to get into a nice little hot lap, or some are actually on a hot lap right now. Can we jump on board to see who's doing it? We know Darkness King, we've seen him in F2 from time to time. And Shelly the Turtle, good to see you, Shells. Anto, maybe? I think Anto's the next one over with the time here. Currently Hotspot leads the way, 136.547. Our fastest qualifying lap. Oh wow, what? Are they that far off the pace? We got our fastest qualifying lap in Midwest history, sitting at a 132.911. We are 4 seconds off that pace right now. We'll see if we can catch up to it, but we got Anto coming over with a 139. I think Jacko's into the pit there. Bacon joins, I get an error message. Oh, there we go. KD 3570 or 700 coming over the line in first place. Darkness King, he'll be back in 11th right now. Jackson Altman next to set the time right now on the mediums. Jacko initiate operation. Jinnit will not win it. Oh, well done there, Murph. And Jackson's actually gonna come into the pit and kind of actually avoid the wall a little bit there. Riley into the pit. Imagine we're going to see his teammate Mayhem. No, Mayhem's actually going to come around. Looking to improve, but unfortunately cuts that final turn and is invalid. Not what you want to see, but is what it is. This is adversity you just have to deal with. It just makes the story all much sweeter. Tono is about to start a hot lap. Goes very deep on the final turn here, swings it around. And now we come down the pit straight. We come through turn 1, and we've got a driver off underneath the hotel there. It looks like Anto's about to get on, or about to come around and take a peek. Oh my goodness gracious, has he Latifi'd it? He just might have. Oh my god, that's nearly perfectly how Latifi's car was positioned as well. Unbelievable. If that was an attempted impression, he did a great job. It looks like, what in the world? Darkness King is now into that wall. Darkness King is actually out of this session. What is going on here? Ooh, a fresh 18 win for Jin. Yes. Oh, we got Impossible Bacon now into the session. 19 drivers makes it up. F120, it is realistic. You cannot You cannot deny. Oh, and Elbows Out Racing gives us the follow as well. Well, that is very kind. Thank you very much. That's 3 followers in the first 10 minutes of Season 5. You love to see it, folks. You love to see it. And a sub. Let's not forget about that. We got a freaking prime sub. So, just beautiful, beautiful stuff here. Aero Racing Design is into the pit. I imagine that there. And oh my god. Oh no, Maxo. With the follow as well. This is getting ever so close to our 250 goal. You're gonna make me cry here, guys. This is beautiful. And Tono wanting to set his first lap of Season 5, but has got to wait as this one is invalidated. But he didn't want that one anyway, because that was a time of 2 minutes and 4 seconds. That would have probably not even made the 107 rule. So Hotspot's on 3-lap old softs. I wonder if he got a little bit of a glitch there. I couldn't imagine him wanting to use that set of softs again. Jackson Altman, we got another car spun out over there. That is, I imagine, KD. No, it's Impossible Bacon. It's Impossible is out before he could even get it going here. The Garris Vac now 310s up on his initial fastest lap, looking to go into 136s, and yes, he will, but not quite quick enough. KD still holds on to fastest lap. Garris Vac's teammate, and Elma Jacko is coming around the final turn. Where can Elma Jacko go? Can he take pole position here? And no, he cannot. He goes second, though. And we'll get on board with Jin for the whole lap here. We'll swing around turn 1 and up left-hander of turn 2, then the quick little right of 3, and then that half turn of 4. And then we come into what is now gone dive bomb of turn 5, chicane 6. And then we get into the hairpin before we get into our long double straights here. And Jin looks to extend that turn as much as possible, and he does a good job of that. I didn't catch if he went purple through sector 1, but he is blistering down the straight here in sector 2. Jin should start from the back. Yes, but then everyone will probably get crashed out if that happens. Extends the track limits very well, gets right up on that white line, but not going invalid. So Jin's looking very good here. We're about to finish sector 2. How's he looking on the splits? Isn't purple. Runs up and over the curb, but does good to stay hard on the throttle there. Gets good traction. Jackson Altman actually goes fast. Is still not out of the 136s. We got a car spun out around turn 21. We'll see if he can get himself picked up. I think he's actually coming into the pit. And Jin's going to finish up the final couple of right-handers here and goes very much off the track and invalidates on the final corner once again. Is he invalid for the next lap too? He's going to come over the line. No, he's not invalid for the next lap. And he must have lost some major time there. He does have a lot of ERS. Oh, I think he actually turned off his ERS at one point. We've got an Alfa Romeo sitting in a very peculiar spot there, but enough out of the way. Aero Racing decides to spin out as well, sees the Alfa Romeo do it, and decides that he would like to as well. KD, that was actually Jackson Altman that spun out. A lot of drivers are struggling here. We've got 6 drivers out of this session already. That's quite the surprise. Abu Dhabi seemingly the track that bites. Who would have thunk? We've got just under 5 minutes left on this qualifying session. We have a tire sitting in the edge of a turn underneath the castle, or the castle section. No, we're not in Baku. That's invalid lap once again. KD can't quite get her done. And we'll see if that would have been fastest lap. Yes, it would have. It would have put him into the 135s, but invalidation on the final couple turns is what does it for him. He still is in the 136s. But yes, the tire was sitting on the... Oh my goodness gracious, another one. Good night. And that makes it 7. 3 in the same area on track. What is going on here? We had 3 on the Latifi turn, and now we have 3 on what could have been the Leclerc turn. But good night, our final Merc. Good night, sweet Prince. And Skitley, I just joined at the right time. What is going on? Crashes galore. We've lost 2 drivers at back-to-back on the Latifi turn, and now we've lost. Now the and now the Oh, you want Sant? I can get on Sant. Well, he's in the pit, so yeah, KD. That's gotta hurt. But yeah, nearing the potential death zone of where Leclerc nearly lost it. We've lost 3. We'll see what Hotspot can do here. He's not quicker right now. Can't quite shave off the time. Currently sitting 4th. Yes, that is true, Pork. Very good numbers for our first one. I thank everyone for tuning in here tonight. I appreciate everyone who has followed. It is very kind to see, and we are almost at our Season 4 goal of 250 followers. So very, very close. Another sub. You love to see it. Ono Maxo in chat. KD in chat. Love to see the interactions. Gorgeous stuff what's happening here on a fine Wednesday evening on the Pacific Coast for me. But we've still got a couple minutes left in qualifying here. Anto not wanting to hold up Mr. Hotspot here. And Hotspot getting absolutely buck wild coming around these couple turns. Somehow manages to go purple though. And he's going to continue on his jolly way down the straight. And while he does that, we'll get on board with Aero Racing as he looks like he's about to finish up his final turn. He's 11 seconds up on his initial fastest lap, and that will go all the way up into 5th, improving 10 positions. Now that is a solid haul. Peter, oh my goodness gracious, what am I doing? I cannot... I need to stop switching to drivers, because every time I do, I nearly kill one. Sam's about to start a hot lap, and we'll ride on board for the entirety of that one, okay? Just to make everyone happy. Garrett's back. He's into the pit after going invalid. Riley, he's on an out lap. We'll see what he can do. Massobs is the only driver in the top 10 to be on the mediums. Hotspot's not going to improve on his time. He gets out of the way. And now we'll get on board with MSAT. And you see he's already invalid. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And I don't think he's going to have enough time to get around track. No, it doesn't. Just cut as many turns as you can there, Miss MSAT. You got to get around. You got to get around for one more. Once more. Elma Jacko takes fastest lap, going the first driver into the 135s. Of course, KD did, but he went invalid. Skitley starting a hot lap. Jin starting a hot. Jin's on 5-lap old softs. What in the world? JC Blackley starting a hot lap. Tono trying to put in a better time than a 137, comes around the final turn, doesn't want to get up on the curb. He does go into the 137, but goes 8th, so not too bad for Tono. Aero Racing into the pit, that will be his qualifying. MSAT running out of time, he just needs to just go straight through. Yeah, he's cutting every turn, doing what needs to be done at the Latifi turn, but it is not to be. MSAT's going to have to hold in 12th place. Jacko with a late lunge is able to get pole, and he doesn't really have any competition, and it doesn't look like Riley will be able to improve much on his time, and he's actually just going to come into the pit and chalk that one up. Skitley, I'm not sure if Skitley has quite a chance either. JC Blackley is just going to have to take whatever time he can get. Darth Zexus and Impossible Bacon are without times. Unless JC Blackley goes invalid, he will be without a time as well. Jin's on 5-lap old softs. I couldn't imagine him improving on his time. I don't even know what he's doing. Skitley goes into 8th. Jin's just hoping he gets knocked into 11th so he doesn't have to start on those bloody tires. And the man to do it is this last man to come around the turn, but he decides that he wants to nearly invalidate and smack into the wall. He goes 8th though, against all odds with those couple of wacky turns to finish that one off. And that will push Jin into 11th, and he gets the option on the tire, the highest one up the grid. Some say that starting 10th or 11th is better than starting 1st. Not many will, but maybe someone will. And that is our first qualifying of this season. KD, I did not see that. Gives us another follow. That puts us at 249. If you can see that follower goal, that is so bloody close. So why don't you get us there? We're so freaking close. If this is your first time checking into the Midwest F1 League, shoot us a follow. You can leave right now. That's fine. Follow us. Come back later. See if you know, maybe tonight might not be the night that you want to experience Midwest F1 League, and that's okay. Just follow us and keep us on your bookmark, and you can come back another night and check us out. But I'll go through the qualifying order while I have 20 seconds left to do it. Jacko up on the front row, the solo Aussie in this section. Jackson Altman very close in second. KD crashing in third. Hotspot fourth. Arrow Racing in fifth. Riley in sixth. Garris back seventh. JC Blackley eighth. Skitley, ooh, Italian maybe. Tono 10th. Jinna to win at 11th. Massopes in the German flag in 12th. MSant. Mayhem. Oh, French, Argentine, Canadian, Anto, blah blah blah. I got too distracted by the flags. I was too excited. I didn't actually know if they were. And Lokesville, oh my god, hits it with the 250. There we go, peoples. I did not think that we were going to hit 250 tonight. That is absolutely crazy. Thank you everyone for that's followed. That is awesome news. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 followers tonight. That's gonna be up with some of our highest that we've got in a single session here, and we're not even at the bloody race yet. So hopefully you enjoy what we have to offer for the race here. If you are new to what you're just tuning into here, I'm Crash McQueen. We're the Midwest F1 League. Been around for just over a year now. This is actually our second season of the F1 2021 game. We had 3 full seasons in the F1 2020 game. We do 16 race seasons with a break week pending on the schedule. This past season we had 2 break weeks from scheduled one and one from the American Thanksgiving. We do more than just Thursday racings. You're here on a Wednesday, so I'm sure you understand that. But yes, Wednesday right now is Waitlist Wednesday, which is being streamed just for this one good time to get the season underway. These are all drivers who aren't on a team quite yet and are looking to get one, but unfortunately the Midwest F1 League, we are capped out 120 drivers through 6 divisions. So these guys are on the wait list and they're wanting to get into it. Formation lap, okay, that gives me a little bit more time to talk. Lokesville, AK Forza in D2. Ah, took you that long to frickin' follow there, Forza, hey? Well, anywho, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Gets us at 250, so you love to see it. But yes. Where was I? Okay, yeah, we do more than just Thursday racing. We have a Friday Night Madness. I don't know exactly what's going on with there. But, yeah. But Friday's bumping from time to time. I'm trying to get a Tuesday shindig going, and of course Wednesday. So we're theoretically been having 4 nights of racing in the Midwest F1 League. We were actually saying that, hey, you know what? Let's kind of crank it down a little bit. We're kind of a little bit too crazy. What's going on? A lot's going on here. Jacko's going with the Kimi Räikkönen approach for tire warming, so that's a bold strategy. And to Kimi's retirement here in Abu Dhabi. We'll see if he actually retires as well. Not his fault. Maybe a brake failure, I believe it was, that he had. So we'll see if Jacko will continue that. Starting on the front row, of course, if you are here for a long time, you know that Jacko is quite the driver. Division 1 champion all the way back in Season 2. So trying to work his way back up throughout the division. He's in Division 2 right now. Actually, he was my co-commentator for Season 3 and Season 4, which we had a gay old time, I'll tell you that much. It was a pleasure having Jacko with me in the booth, and I'll be going solo for Season 5. So if you don't like me talking, then just put me on mute, and that's fine. I'll get over it. Yeah, it's going to be a lot more water breaks from me because I find that when I go solo, I have to drink a lot more water because my mouth gets a lot more pasty. So if you were curious about that at all, then you're welcome. But this is fairly a little bit of a bare bones broadcast that we got going on for you this evening. Usually we have a little bit more of a title standings and whatnot. And at the end of last season, I tried to get as much as I could. I will have the drink. Thank you very much, Loki's Phil. Or Forza. We'll see if I can remember that. But yes, 28 laps is going to make up this 50% race here on the Wednesday night Waitlist Grand Prix. I don't know. But yeah, we are going to have... Where's the lights? There we go. Got 5 red lights. We're on board with Elma Jacko. They go out. Jacko gets a decent start here. He's got Jackson Altman down the inside line. Doesn't look like Jackson's going to be able to fight too much. Hotspot's already under trouble from Arrow, and he goes down the inside line and pushes... that's actually KD out wide, and Arrow is actually already down in 5th place. JC's picked up a couple of positions. Garris Fack is down into 7th place. Riley losing a couple spots as well in the Red Bull, and we got in Haas of Jinit to win it, and Tono going wheel to wheel here down into the first turn of the chicane, and looks like Jin got a little bit of a bump on the back there, but he seems to be okay. He's going to send it deep around the outside line here, and he's on the mediums. He's looking to get a good launch out, but he's going to be, yes, he will. He'll be able to overtake Tono there. Up into 9th place goes Jin. Jacko's already worked a half a second gap on Altman, but it's actually KD on the outside line of Hotspot. Hotspot looking to get that position, but KD is able to get his nose back out in front. Peter DRH unfortunately leaves the session here. Zanji with the follow, you gotta love it. Thank you very much. And we're going to continue our way up into what is currently turn 11, or I guess turn 11 in the track that we are using. Hotspot not wanting to give way. A little bit of contact between KD and Hotspot, and Arrow actually getting a little bit of a tap on Hotspot's gearbox there as well. Jackson Altman and Jacko are working themselves away from the pack with KD being under pressure. These guys shouldn't be battling all too much right now. They can't allow Jackson Altman and Jacko to get too far up the road. Janet to win it already up into 8th place, picking off Riley as well. Skitley and Tono in 11th and 12th. Skitley getting position there. MSAT, this is for, who is it for? Shrubly, yeah, Shrubly, MSAT fan. And oh no, Anto, first driver spun, and MSAT's actually going to come into the pits right out of the gate. Tono is going to try and fight back on Skitley here and dives down the inside line of turn 1. Skitley gives quite a bit of room, allocating enough of a car space. And yeah, there's someone's wing sitting there. I'm not sure who exactly that was, but it looked like a Ferrari. It might have been just a glitch. Tono and Skitley still battling it out. Tono's got the position. Skitley's dropped back to a 2.5 seconds back. Mayhem Moro. Mayhem tomorrow. Oh, Mayhem tomorrow. Alright, okay. I gotcha. And oh no, what happened to Jacko there? Jacko's getting overtaken by Jackson Altman. It looks like he's got the position, and he's going to fight right back. Jackson Altman's going to force Jacko the far way around the straight. Jackson Altman repping the 69 number. And him and Jacko are going to work their way still wheel to wheel, but Jacko sends it deep around the outside line of turn 11 and gets a position coming through turn 12, and Jackson's going to have to sit back in 2nd place. We've got Darth Zexus spun out around turn 9 there. He's picking himself up with his teammate who spun out earlier. MSAT and Impossible Bacon not having the races that they were hoping for as well. Skitley and KD are very close. Oh no, what happened to KD? He must have... I didn't catch that. He lost major positions. Was at one point in 3rd place, all the way down to 13th. JC Blackley picking up the first penalty. Skitley covering off KD, but KD wanting to get past Skitley. But both of these guys are racing fair here. And KD thinks about a lunge down into turn 1, but understands that's not the place to do it. We have JC Blackley DNF'd in Leclerc's corner. And that's the first driver out of the session. JC Blackley, a Division 1 driver as well, finds himself the first one with free time tonight. And that is a virtual safety car. And that brings the action to a pause, if you will. But I guess while we have a pause, if you have any sort of Amazon Prime subscription, oh bam, pork chop sends it out there, or if you're looking to use a sub token or whatnot, by all means shoot it our way. All the money that we do get from any sort of donations and whatnot goes right back into the league for such things as fundraisers and charity drives that we do. So know that if you do, JC Blackley left the session, if you do sub or donate to us, I guess we don't even have a donation thing set up, but if you do sub or use your Amazon Prime subscription, then it goes right back in the league into a good cause. So we're not at the point quite yet where it can go right into my pocket, but I'm working on that. And you also get some fine ass emotes, one that Pork Chops just sent in there. So anytime that there's a safety car, you can fire that bad boy in, and we will know. If you get a tier 2 subscription, you can of course send out the Fernando, and as well, if you get the tier 1, you can send out the retro MWF1 logo. You'll love to see that one. Now that's a sexy looking logo, but of course our new one is just so sleek. Hard to deny, hard to deny. And as well, there you go, you have the new aged logo as well. So, yeah, think about it. You don't have to go at it right now, of course. JTC with the follow, thank you very much. Love to see it, appreciate it, welcome. Hopefully we can see you tomorrow night as our Division 1 boys will be back here actually to open up the Season 5 season with myself, yours truly, hosting, I guess, and seeing what can take place. Last year was an absolutely crazy finish. CJ Folk with the follow as well. Thank you very much. We're at 253 now. We've absolutely smashed our followers in one night. Or I mean our record for most followers in one night. Just absolutely just dusted it, so thank you everyone for doing so. Battle for first place, we'll get on board with that. Jackson Altman was trying to switch back Jacko, but Jacko broke very deep into that turn. We've seen Jackson Altman before in F2, and I cannot remember how good of a driver he exactly was. But if you're talking about a JTC 3328 there, Shrebley, then yes, he is in chat. Or he just at least followed. So, now this is looking like it's going to be a fun little battle between Jacko and Jackson Altman. We'll stay on board for this one. There's a lot of really close battles here. Yeah, I had no idea what to expect. Have not seen a mass majority of these drivers before. Jin's going fastest lap here on his 5-lap old mediums. He's trying to close the gap to Hotspot. Aero Racing Design and Hotspot have got within DRS range. This is big for Aero Racing. But Jackson Altman is going to look at an overtake here. Ooh, Jacko goes in really awkwardly to that turn. Takes up the middle line through that. Jackson taking a very tight line. And here we go. Pull up that because I have yet to do so. Jackson's going to overtake, and as well as Aero Racing is going to overtake. Hotspot still sits back and forth. Jacko in third. Maybe playing the long game here, but he's got to be careful. Maybe these two, Jackson and Aero Racing, are going to be able to pull away from him. Oh, Peter DRH, thank you very much. Oh, it took me a second to get that. We got a full safety car. We've lost Anto. He spun around the same corner that he did before. Jackson is D5. Alfa Romeo. Wow. Pork, of course he's Alfa Romeo. JTC, good to see you in chat. We're doing all right here. This is our first race of season 5, so a lot of stuff to be looking forward to here. Like I just said, season 5, Division 1, tomorrow night, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. Set your alarm clocks so you cannot show up. No, I'm just kidding. If you do show up, that'd be very much appreciated. But of course, you know what? You might have better things to do on a Thursday night. But if you don't have anything better to do, hey, come hang out with me. Come watch some Division 1 plays. The season is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm so looking forward to it. Not because I'm going to be alone and away from Jacko. That's one thing. I'm just kidding. That's just mean. A lot of cars are coming into the pit here. Jin stays out on those mediums. Full safety cars, so a lot of drivers are taking advantage of what is somewhat of a free pit stop. Jin, of course, starting on the mediums from the start, so he's going to keep going. But yeah, Season 5 is a lot to look forward to. This league is just getting quicker and quicker and quicker. Damn! MSANT, you got quite the frickin' following, my guy. Yeah, we'll get on board with him. MSANT till I die. Whoa. Alright, a little bit of banter. That's okay. Don't take it too far, though. We're all here for a good time. Yeah, but once again, thank you everyone for tuning in this evening. It's a great way to start Season 5. I hope we can keep that momentum going tomorrow night. Same track tomorrow, different drivers. Some are the same. Jin will be there. And that is about it. Other than JC Blackley, he will also be there. And I'm sure that he will... Oh, Impossible Bacon. I forgot Impossible was racing here. He's done nothing. Down in 14th place. Oh, well that's impressive. He's driving without a helmet. Very bold. I mean, I'd imagine he'd be a little bit lighter, so it's a strategy. Okay. That threw me off for a second. I literally thought there was no helmets there. No, but is it okay? So, all right, it's the Mercedes drivers, so they must know something that we don't know. Then that is so both Mercs are without a helmet. Now this is gonna have Christian Horner on the phone with Michael Massey, because they're obviously. It's not a coincidence here. Both Mercedes drivers are without a helmet here. This has to be some sort of brilliant plot of you know, lightening the car, removing the helmets from the drivers. Now safety. I mean, whatever. I mean, we're going for championships here, right? We're not going for like to drive the next day. No. Drivers are replaceable. Championship points, however, are not. So really, this is an unbelievable strategy from the Mercs, and right now it's got them in 12th and 14th. I don't think that I think they started with helmets, but seeing how they're down in the pack, I believe they must have asked their drivers to remove the helmets. And we'll see if this one really pays off. I'm looking forward to this. It'd be nice if they put the L plan on the back of the Alpine. That'd be fun. Waiting for Darth Zexus to catch up, but actually, unfortunately, he won't have a chance. He comes into the pit for a second time. I don't know for the first time, but he must have been so far back. And with that, he's not going to be able to close the gap to the leaders ahead. there we go. We're back to green racing here. Unfortunately, Darth Zexus has spun out. Peterbot gets overtaken by Riley. Mayhem tomorrow fighting with KD. And KD is fighting with Peterbot. And KD gets a good run out of the hairpin and then swings harshly to the inside line there. And gets the overtake as well on Mayhem. But Peterbot's trying to work his way back into it here. And actually just dumps Mayhem to motor tomorrow. And that sees the end for 2 drivers there. Was that Peter or was that? And that brings out another safety car. Wow. Well, that's a good thing that wasn't one of the Mercs. KD is D4 Red Bull. Okay. KD's got some pace as well. He's found himself in a tough decision, in a tough situation, as some might say. MSAT, crowd favors it seems tonight, currently sitting in 13th place. From race start, has held his position. Call him what you want, but you cannot call him not consistent. Sitting in 3rd on a one-stop strategy so far, 6 laps deep on this set of mediums. Jin did lose his position to Aero Racing Design. Elmo Jacko still holding on to 3rd hotspot with the group in 4th. Jackson Altman comes on for softs. I never actually noticed that. Darkness is D6 for, yes, I know Darkness. M-Cent or nothing. Huh. The Garrus back. I'm familiar with the Garrus back as well. Okay, here you go, Hotspot. I'll just let you know who I'm familiar with here. Okay, obviously Jin, Jacko, Hotspot, Jackson Altman, Vac, King, Bacon, Tono, and that's it. I know that some of these guys like literally just joined, like Darth Zex has just joined. Jackson has been here for a little while, but has been in the waiting list for a little while as well. M-Sand is a fresh join, yes. Yes. Yes, very popular. What do I got here? I've got nothing here, man. All I've got is the track picture right now. And everyone knows what this track looks like, I guess, but I mean, if you've never seen this track, or if you're not looking at the bottom right of your screen, this is what this track looks like. Everything I've got is just old data that I need to fix. Like, here's the Division 2 standings, if you're interested in that. But yeah, everything is just old news here right now. Darth Zexus is still trying to catch the pack here, seemingly on a hot laps trying to catch the pack for quite a while here, and I think he'll be able to do it. He should be able to do it. So we had, how many turns did we have? We had 7 turns of racing. He's Grosjean, poor dude. Yeah, Peter Bott was not, had absolutely zero Fs to give, really. And yeah, Mayhem tomorrow was just the unfortunate man who found himself in the battle with Peter Bott. Oh, yes, the safety car is in this lap. Darth Zexus is going to have a little bit better of a chance to catch the pack here. All depends on how much Aero Racing Design holds up the pack. Here we go, last restart I was a little bit distracted. I'll try not to let that happen this time. So Aero does slow up the pack, allows the safety car to break away, and he lets loose. The safety car is still quite not into the pit lane, but we are back to green racing. Jackson Altman gets a really good run out of turn 21. He's got Hotspot somewhat at his mercy here, and yes, he's going to dive down the inside line. Ooh, that was a fun camera angle. But Hotspot does a good job, and ooh, a little bit of contact between Massopes and Jackson Altman, both on the soft compound. Garris Fack just on the outside and looking in on this battle here. And they're going to hold their positions here. Aero Racing's trying to break away from Jin. Jin's, of course, is on those 10-lap old mediums. Doesn't want Aero to get too far ahead. He still has potential to match the strategy of what Aero is doing, starting on these mediums. But Aero is slightly breaking away. Hotspot already losing a second and a half to the leaders, and he's under pressure from Jackson Altman. Jackson wants to get past Hotspot. Thinks he's got more pace than Hotspot, and looking like he does. He's onto the ERS really early out of turn 9. Into the slipstream of Hotspot here. Will he be able to send it down the inside line? He's going to get alongside Hotspot, and it's going to be very close. And outbreaks Hotspot, and Hotspot tries to switch back Altman and warrants some space. But Altman's got the soft compound, you can see on the very far edge of your screen there. Gets the overtake. Now Massopes is trying to get past Hotspot as well, but can't quite get it done. KD and Riley are very close as well. Crowd favorite MSAT still sitting in 11th, slowly but surely gaining positions, trying to get into the top 10. A little bit too wide there, did MSAT. Darkness King sees him. And oh, Darkness overcooks it a little bit. Goes out wide. Gives a little bit of breathing space to MSAT. And we have another spun out vehicle. This time it's Massopes. And oh no, he collects MSAT! MSAT! No! The horror! Oh my goodness gracious, the two Alpine teammates collide. And there you can see the carnage. And oh, watch out! Oh. Oh no! MSAT. Why? You're so close to top 10. Massopes just spinning out in just a very peculiar spot, and just the debris, the carnage is all cleaned up here, but Massopes just puts it into the wall in a very awkward area, and MSAT just couldn't get around the block. Lovely pick set, but unfortunately it was on his own teammate, and that sees MSAT out of the session. So now Jin opts to pit. Jacko stays out. A couple of other drivers stay out. Jin actually comes in for softs. I guess he needs to go on to softs. Might be banking on another safety car here. We're about to be halfway through this race. That's just, that's absolute heartbreaking. Just devastation, really. It might take me some time to get over that. I had him pegged for a podium. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to jinx it. I had him pegged. I thought that was it. Yeah, I had him pegged for the podium and it just all went wrong. But yeah, I appreciate everyone tuning in this evening. Hope you're having a good Wednesday night. I am having a good Wednesday night. Thank you very much for asking. I know you all wanted to, but I just beat you to the punch and thought I'd just let you know. This is Waitlist Wednesday. This is a new attraction, I guess. This is for drivers who don't quite have a team to go to yet. This is for somewhat of the, I don't want to say misfits, but yeah, these are for the guys that don't have anywhere to drive and are waiting, hence Waitlist Wednesday, for a spot. So we give them the Wednesday night to compete if they so choose. So these are the drivers that we could scrounge up. And we've lost 7 of them halfway through the race. So if we're on pace for that, then we will end the race with 5. So, you know, it is what it is. It's got to play the cards you're dealt, I guess, in a way. So we'll see how this one pans out. Jin's got 4 drivers ahead of him that are on some partially used mediums. He's on some very fresh softs. It's gonna be hard done by to try and make these bad boys last the race, but he might be able to get her done. Safety car is in this lap. You see that confirmation. We've got some more of the 5 popular drivers here in the Midwest F1 League, especially the more well-known drivers here in the Midwest F1 League, leading the way. Of course, we have seen some solid pace from Aero Racing, Jackson Altman. Riley's had a couple solid laps here, and KD. So honestly, this one can go many of different ways. Now, the Mercedes have brought out this unbelievable and quite highly dangerous plan of getting their drivers to not wear helmets. So this is extremely bold. I don't think it's been done for a long time. And yeah, they're going for a little bit of a lighter car, and we're gonna see how it pans out. One time they were sitting in 12th and 10th, I think it was, something like that. Now they're up in 9th and 4th. So I mean, you tell me. It looks like this is working. Jacko puts the pedal to the metal, real early here and already has a second gap on hotspot. Very much mistimed hotspot. 3-second penalty to Aero Racing Design. That's not what you want to see on a race start. That really hurts. Or a race restart, I guess. That hurts. Jin's got to try and close that gap to Impossible Bacon here. Swinging around those turns real fast, and he's going to dive down into the first hard braking zone of turn 5 and 6. Of course, this is not here anymore, so you can say goodbye to these turns next game, or they might even update it. I wonder. I haven't heard anything about that yet. But Jin right on the back of Impossible Bacon. Impossible under a little bit of pressure, and actually opts to drag Jin down the straight. Looks like he's got a little bit of straight line advantage, and he breaks very deep. Impossible is forced to give way. These drivers are respectful to each other in this situation, and why do I even talk? Impossible Bacon is out of the session. That was so poorly timed, it was actually impressive. But a VSC to clean up the carnage of Impossible Bacon. That is quite the rough go. This is absolute carnage. It is not usually like this. Darth Nexus gets another drive-through penalty. Oh my god. Mega tough start to the season. I mean, you'd like to say so, but the stream's done great. We've gotten 10 followers tonight. You love to see it. Yeah, glad it's not Thursday yet. No, this is hotspot with a drive-through penalty. That's absolutely killer. But yes, that just continues on to the curse of Wednesday. Yeah, that I saw that too. There's Shrubby. That was hilarious. Honestly, Bacon, go get in your car, drive to wherever Jin lives. I don't care how far it is. It's only maximum like a 4-hour drive. No matter where you're going in England. That's actually a good question here. Oh, never mind. We'll have to do that later. VSC is in. Crash has to be focused again. Jacko still leads the way. Jackson Altman in 4th. Jin pitted for some mediums. And he's down in 9th now. Jackson's going to get the Garrus back early on here. Back looks like he's just going to... Oh no, he wants to try and switch him back, but Jackson closes the door. He's up into 3rd. Now he's going to try and close the gap. He's got 7 laps fresher tires than Hotspot and Jacko. Hotspot, of course, with that drive-through penalty that must be served within 3 laps. Same with Dark Zexus. Wow, Arrow's absolutely draped all over the Garrus back there. And Hotspot will take his drive-through penalty here. And Arrow's going to try and get past Garrus Vac really early here. And he's got the inside line down into turn 1. Vac gives him the space, goes up on the curb, loses a little bit of control there. And now he's under pressure here from KD. Vac's old tires are starting to fall away here. Jackson's got 2.5 seconds up the road to Jacko to try and close. But he's got Arrow Racing, who's showing some solid pace just in behind. As well, KD is hounding Garrus Vac, and it's going to try and overtake him here on this very first straight on lap 17. It looks like he's going to get the job done. Riley falls back a little bit, lost a little bit of time in sector 1, but he's still within DRS, but no DRS for another lap here. We got to finish lap 17, we'll get it on 18, then maybe we can just actually get this race done, because oh my god, this has been nothing but bloody safety cars here. There we go, we're on board with Jackson here, and he's trying to close that gap to Jacko. Riley does end up getting Garrus Vac. Vac must have lost some major time through turn 7, or through turn 8 and 9. And Riley was able to close the gap and get the overtake on Vac, and Vac's now down into 6th place. He's got Darkness King behind him, and then Hotspot, but quite a bit behind him. So he can just get into a nice groove here and try and just ride these tires out for the rest of the race. 10 seconds is the closest driver behind. You probably won't be able to keep up with Riley or any of the drivers ahead. They're on far fresher tires and seemingly are some very quick drivers as well. Jackson's already taken 3/10 out of Jacko's lead. He's got to be careful, can't put too much pressure on these mediums. Aero Racing has already taken a quarter of a second. Darth Zexus loses it around turn and a VSE. Another one comes out. We've lost half of the field. This is just ridiculous. Oh my goodness gracious. Who said absolute carnage before? Yeah, Shrubley? Yes, you're absolutely right. This race has been absolute carnage. And what a start to Season 5. Oh my goodness gracious. Please don't be only like this. Give me good races. Give me good races. That's all I want. That's all I want. That's not too much to ask. Oh yes. Google Maps. This is actually a good question here. How long does it take to drive from the top of England to the bottom of England? Okay, so there's the border. Put a pin there. And put a pin there. 7.5 hours. Okay. Alright. A little longer than I thought. Not gonna lie. I guess that's not even the true top of England too. I guess that. So 9 hours. Alright. So if anyone is curious, 9 hours to drive from the top of England to the bottom of England. You could do that in a day. That could technically be a day trip. I mean, of course, you'd be in the car the whole time. You probably shouldn't stop to go to the washroom. But 9 hours, you wake up 6 a.m., crack of dawn, get right on the road. Okay, you get there at 3. Okay, you dip your foot in the water, back in the car, and you head home. You get home at midnight. And then you go to bed, you wake up at 6 and you do it all again. Maybe if you paid me. Oh, arrow getting a little squirrely there. Was able to save it. 13 bit him a little bit, but the oversteer was saved. KD swinging around, trying to close that gap. Jackson Altman's dropped that gap to a 1.5 seconds. These virtual safety cars are helping out Jacko more than they're helping out Jackson. Jackson shouldn't have a problem getting the end. Jacko theoretically shouldn't as well, but he will have to fight Jacko at some point here. And Jackson's closed that gap within a second. Aero Racing is a 1.5 seconds out. KD in 4th. He's got DRS on Aero. I'm not exactly sure how many. You know what? I think we can take a second and see how many warnings these guys have. So we're looking for Jackson, Riley, KD, warning, Aero, warning. Arrow, warning. Warning, 3 seconds. Riley. Jin, okay, warning. Alright, so Arrow looks like he's gonna get another one. Does he actually even have 2? No, so Arrow's 1 warning away. Crash? Yes? Yes, pork chops? What you got for a headset? I've got a Steel Series. Blah 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 blah. I can't remember. I've got the box in a storage locker about 15 minutes away from here. This is Steel Series something. Why, what's up? Wow, top 4 drivers are all within a second now. This, as they say, is going to come down to the wire. I'll go just working on some ideas. I'm going to try for a headset slash mic sponsor. Ah, cool. That would be fun. Oh, what am I doing? Jackson Altman now looking to get the overtake for the lead. Aero Racing Design looked to jump over Jacko as well. He's got the inside line. Jacko's under pressure. We swing around. Jacko's able to get the position back, but Aero Racing is able to switch him back. Now Aero and Jacko are going to DRS drag it. They're going to enter turn 11 with Aero Racing just ahead. Jacko, oh, and a big lunge from KD, nearly collecting the back of Jacko. Able to just swerve out of the way. The top 4 drivers are very close to each other here, but Jacko, of course, 7-lap older medium, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, no, they're pork. I'm probably gonna buy a mic pretty soon here. I might get one on Boxing Day or something, honestly. But yeah, let me know. Because I have been looking at a mic for a while. I'm just going off a headset mic. It's kind of bush, to be honest. I should probably start using an actual proper mic. But we'll see. Let me know. I got recommendations. Cool. Looks like Aero Racing might have a little bit of a chance on Jackson here. Jackson tries to get a good launch out. Jacko falls a second out. He's just worked his way into DRS. Aero's closing the gap on Jackson. Will he get close enough to warrant a lunge? He actually backs out. Jackson just holds his line, doesn't feel the pressure. And oh, big oversteer snap from Aero Racing, and that's going to kill him, and I don't think he's going to be able to get an overtake chance on this next corner. He's actually going to send it down the inside line, but Jackson Altman absolutely shuts the door closed, not wanting any of that. And Jackson continues to hold on to the lead, and that is bad news for KD. He gets a penalty, and oh my goodness gracious. The Washington Capitals have tied the game with 3 seconds to go. The one and only Alex Ovechkin with the go-ahead goal. How does he do it? Oh, was it? No, it wasn't Obi. It was Oshie. Who was it? It's Ovechkin. Dish into the slot for Connor Sheary. Oh, Connor Sheary, former Pittsburgh Penguin. Buries it for the tie. Looks like it's going into overtime. Oh, they might be checking for a possible offside here. Oh, she played for my town's USHL team for a while, short time frame. Oh, that's pretty cool. Do you go to many Minnesota Wild games, Pork? And Aero Racing Design finally overtakes Jackson Altman. KD as well overtakes Jacko. Oh no, Oshie. Speaking of Oshie, he's offside. Oh goodness. Oh man, and Jackson Altman's going to come back at Aero Racing down the inside line. Aero does a good job in defense and sends it around the outside. Holds position. We're on lap 23, about to be on lap 24. How much can, like, what's the cheapest? Yeah, oh yeah, hockey games are awesome. What's the cheapest ticket at a wild game? There you go, Jackson Altman still working on first place. He's got Aero Racing ahead. Of course, Aero Racing's got a penalty. This race has finally settled down. No more. Well, Aero Racing picks up the penalty, but I was going to say no more DNFs as of right now. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, they called it a goal. Oh, it was on the blue line. Not sure now. My last game, they were like just under a hundo for one ticket. No. I thought Canucks games were freaking expensive. Wow. Well, I guess, okay, the Minnesota Wild, though, they're hella popular. That's a bad comparison. Or no, okay, well, I'm trying to think, like, because, like, Canucks tickets are going up right now. It's really annoying. Especially because I'm not a Canucks fan, but I just can't go see a hockey game. Like, I just, like, because it's like a freaking $200 night. I don't buy cheap seats. Oh, okay, center ice for $100, like, bet. No, I'm a nosebleeder. Okay, alright, so that's American though, so that's like $400 Canadian. Nah, just like, ooh, Jin's getting an overtaken hotspot. Jin's back up into 7th place. Still have that front pack staying nice and tight together. You ever been to a Minnesota Twins game? Jackson's still within a half a second. He knows what he needs to do. Doesn't look like he's gonna really pressure him. Their new stadium is really nice. So you went back when it was in the dome, in the multi-purpose stadiums. Who would have been playing for the Twins back then? Who were the Twins headliners back then? Jacko has dangerously fallen just outside of DRS range, while KD and Jackson Altman are getting the tow. Kirby Puckett. Okay, yeah, that's a headliner for sure. These drivers are still staying fairly close. But like I said, Jacko, 2.5 out, slowly falling off the pace. Overtime in Chicago starts. Washington currently holds the puck. Oshie at the top of the zone, breaking in, loses it. Seth Jones pokes it away. Oshie plays it back for a reset at center ice. Who's that, Lars Eller? I don't know Washington that well. On lap 26 here, just finishing up sector 1. KD, nearly catches Jackson Altman's mistake. Jackson just knows, just has to keep it clean. Now we got a partial break here. Washington spins back. Oh, fight for at the blue line. Oh, and it's poked through. Chicago goes up on a 2-on-1, and and they poke it in. Chicago wins it. Caleb Jones. I couldn't catch who took the shot. KD picking up another penalty, 3 seconds added on top of his 3 seconds before, and if you're doing the math at home, that's 6 total seconds. Jackson's still holding this. That penalty is actually huge for Jacko because now Jacko is actually back on the podium. Oh, it's Kirby Doc. Kirby Doc takes the shot. That was actually a terrible freaking shot, might I add. He had Samsonov absolutely dead to rights. Samsonov actually went for a blocker save, and Kirby Doc shot it right at his freaking glove. And then the puck just falls out. Dmitry Orlov is a bot and can't clear it. And Caleb Jones, Johnny on the spot, pokes it in for the win. Got a little bit hairy there for Chicago. Do come away with the full 2 points. Able to get the win against that good Washington team. And they've got another game against Nashville on the 17th until they go to Dallas. Wow, that's a nasty back-to-back. Nashville at home, Chicago, fly to Dallas for one game and then back home to play Florida 3 days later. That's gross. Wouldn't want to do that. Alright, Crash Mode, catch you tomorrow. Sounds good, Pork. Have a good night, bro. Vac's gone 20 laps on these mediums now. Jin overtook him again. What happened to Jin? I must have spun out at some point. But yes, on lap 27 of 28 total. We're about to start the final lap of our Wednesday waitlist. What is going on in the... Here we go, finishing up Sector 1. Jacko 4 seconds back, but he will get a podium here. 6 seconds of penalties to both Aero Racing Design and KD. Aero has led this race for quite a few laps now, but I think it's just because Jackson Altman stopped pursuing the race when knowing that he's got 6 seconds of cushion. Aero Racing can still potentially get second place. It is close, but Jacko is within 5.3 seconds now, so we'll keep that one up. We know Jackson's going to win. We know KD's going to fall off the podium. But we don't know how far back Aero Racing is going to fall. Jackson gives him a little bit of a look up the inside line, but Aero kind of just shrugs that one off. Still at 5.5 seconds is the gap between Aero. KD dives down for the overtake. Jackson just kind of lets him go, really. No real pressure there. 5.8 seconds. This is going to get really tight here. So the difference in tires is really coming into play here. 7 laps between these guys. And 5.9 seconds. Aero Racing is going to come over the line in first place, but he will drop down. How far will he go? Comes over the line in first. KD comes second, but he's going to drop down into fourth at least. Where is Jacko? Jacko does not close the gap. He ends up in third place. Jackson Altman with the win. Aero second. Jacko third. KD fourth. Riley in fifth. Jin not with the day that he was hoping for in sixth. The Garris back coming over in seventh. Hotspot will finish up in eighth, and Skitley will come over in ninth. 10 drivers. We lost 10 drivers. 10 guys. With families, friends, are gone. That's it. But they'll be back next week. So, thank you very much for tuning in. Is Hotspot doing this on purpose? I don't think so. But thank you very much for tuning in on your Wednesday night. Like I said, tomorrow night we'll be back with our Division 1 drivers. We'll see how close those guys can get. See how fast they can get. Mr. Joker looking to try and go for a trifecta in Constructors Championship and Drivers Championship. So we'll see if he's going to be able to accomplish said feat. Actually, did he get in Division? Did he get in Season 3? I can't remember. Yes, he did. He did get in Season 3. So yes, he's looking for the 3 in a row, the three-peat of Constructor and Drivers Championship. Once again, thank you everyone for following tonight. Very much appreciated. Be sure to come back tomorrow and join myself to go check out the Division 1 boys back at Yas Marina. And we'll have just as much fun as we had tonight, and heck, even more fun. We'll let our hair loose, and we'll see what those Division 1 boys can do. Very much looking forward to that. But yeah, Jackson Altman celebrating his Waitlist Wednesday win, the first one ever. Jacko on the podium, Aero Racing Design in second. It was a great race, lots of DNFs, lots of safety cars, whether it being virtual or real. But yeah, that is all she wrote for us here. I'll go through the finishing order once more, and then I'll bring the stream to an end. We see Jackson Altman with the win, Aero Racing second, Jacko third, KD in fourth, Riley in fifth, Jin in sixth with the fastest lap, Gersbach seventh, Hotspot eighth, Skitley ninth, and the DNFs goes to as follows, that being Darkness King, Darth Zexus, Impossible Bacon, MSAT, Massobes, Tono, Peter, DRH, Mayhem Tomorrow, Anto, and JC Blackley. So yes, hopefully I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Thank you very much for tuning in. I've been Crash McQueen. We've been the Midwest F1 League. Good freaking night.